let's teach our viewers a little bit about improv since we're talking about it. So, if you could kind of lead you and I in some games to help people understand, where we're coming from and what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I'd say that there are lots of different types of improv games. So I'll just preface it with that. Some games help you with writing and narrative storytelling. Some games help you with listening and focus and freeing yourself up. Some games might help you with imagination and visualization. So let's just play a couple of different games. I didn't prepare any games for this, so I'll just pick a couple out of my mind, top of mind, and we'll play those. I think one game, why don't we just do a listening game first?
Okay, sounds good.
How about word at a time story?
Okay, great.
Yeah, and so I have to listen to what you say and share control of the story we're making, and we create this story together one word at a time. So we'll call it word at a time proverb, or like words of Kimberly, when we feel like we've finished, we'll lean in and go, yes. And I like Rebecca Stockley and Patricia Ryan Madson. So why don't you start us off?
Okay. Once
upon
a time
there
was
a
fairy
named
bowling ball.
She
had
a
horse
named
Tic Tac.
Every day
they
would
fly
across
the
sky
with
their
magical
crystals. Yes.
I love it.
Let's play again. Let's have even more fun.
Okay.
And let's dial up the speed. Let's not think too hard.
Okay.
And just off what came before. So I'm just building off what you just said right before. Okay. And this time maybe whatever story emerges is fine. Maybe let's create some like proverbs or words of wisdom, like always look for rain, okay. Or something, whatever comes out. And then we'll go, yes.
Okay. All right. Never
go
everywhere
because
that
kills
the
life. Yes. Never go everywhere because you just split apart, right?
But I like that because it's, although it's fun and it can feel silly, it's also, every time we play this game, there's this little part of my brain that goes, that's a really good point. And the game can go so many places. And I encourage you viewers, as we're doing these activities, like try them out with your family, maybe pause the video and come back, or after the video's over, like try it, but try these games. I love that because that actually is true. Like,
yeah, I mean,
it's out on life. I love it.
There's so many ways to interpret it, right? And like you could interpret that a totally different way. Well, let's play one more. Let's play one more time story.
Okay.
Whenever
we
look
above
at
rainbows, we can
overcome
every
setback.
Yes. I like it.
There's this idea of the circle of possibilities, that we're doing a scene with someone or creating a story with someone. By adding information, it shrinks the circle of possibilities, right? So there's still infinite like choices, but oftentimes as you continue doing improv, you want to like do improv so that you're serving the story, or you're making choices that serve character points of view. And you're just working off the logic and the emotion that just came before. There's actually a game at the Groundlings that is kind of like this. At least I learned it from Kyle Kennedy and Julian Gant, which is what comes next. And so that's like logically just going piece by piece. And there's also another game called What This Means Is. And so let's say you and I are just two people and this is very much like a drill. This is an exercise that drills a certain muscle. Let's play what this means is.
Okay.
Have you played this one before, Kimberly?
I believe I have.
Okay. So the way it works is you'll say something, and I'll say what this means is, and I might say you or I. Mm-hmm. And it might be something about me based on what you said. So I'm just interpreting it. I'll say, I got you a copy of the Bible, King James version 5.
What this means is I'm supposed to repeat it. Okay.
Right.
You got me a copy of the King James version 5 copy of the Bible. Yes. What this means is you think I need the Bible.
I think you need the Bible. What this means is what this means is sorry, I had
Oh no, I'm scared now.
I think you need a copy of the Bible. What this means is I'm worried about your salvation.
You're worried about my salvation. What this means is I must be doing something to make you worry.
You must be doing something to make you worry. What this means is to make me worry. What this means is you haven't been communicative lately.
I haven't been communicative lately. What this means is you and I have a problem.
You and I have a problem. What this means is our relationship might end.
Our relationship might end. What this means is you must have been thinking about this for a long time.
I've been thinking about this for a long time. What this means is I discussed it with my therapist last week for 4 hours.
You discussed it with your therapist last week for 4 hours. What this means is that was 4 hours you weren't discussing it with me.
That was 4 hours that I wasn't discussing it with you. What this means is I should have just talked to you about it.
You should have just talked to me about it. What this means is we need to work on our communication.
We need to work on our communication. What this means is let's spend the day together.
Let's spend the day together. What this means is you want to work on us.
I want to work on us. What this means is I love you.
You love me. What this means is this is worth fighting for.
This is worth fighting for. What this means is our moms were wrong.
I like that.
It can go any way, and it's really fun to play this with a coach. So sometimes, like having a side coach for two people, like you and I.
Before you go too deep and too real.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not that. It's just more about building on the next thing and not making big jumps. And even I made a few big jumps there, and we could have played that maybe better in different ways, but that's okay. We learned something from it, and it kind of, we're still sharing control, we're still listening, and we have to repeat what the person just said and try to and say, what does that mean? What does that mean to them? Mm-hmm. And what does that mean to me as a character based on what they just, so it's definitely a listening thing as well. Yeah.
You know what I really like about that exercise is that, again, in the spirit of that improv is for everyone. It's not just for actors. It's not just for professionals. Is that coming from an actor's point of view, that exercise helps me to listen, but it also helps me to feel, because when you're reading like your sides for an audition, you could be reading it one way. And then when you go in with someone else and they use a little inflection in their voice, and immediately you're like, oh, shoot, in my head, I was going to respond as if they took that line lightly, but they took this to a deep place. So this exercise helps you to say, like when I said to you, what this means is that's 4 hours you could have been talking to me. I could have said, that's 4 hours that you invested in learning about how to talk to me. But instead I took it to, I was annoyed with that. So
Sure.
this exercise helps you to, the more you do it, helps you to be quick. I've learned in, okay, he changed it. So let me like moving with water. The current went this way. All right, let me move with it. Instead of like, why'd you take it to a sarcastic place? You just accept it. But
Right.
professionally, like you were saying, I like this exercise because as a professional, if you're a manager and you have to deliver some news to your team, or good or bad, you can play this with someone else to just prepare yourself for the what ifs.
For sure. You can definitely
I
prepare
like
for
that a lot.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
very cool.
I think this game helps you, I guess, acting and improv. It's like being changed, you know?
Yeah.
And it was like Mike Nichols who said most scenes are either fighting,
Mm.
uh, negotiation, or seduction. And so that's what Mike Nichols said that. He, from the famous comedy duo Nichols and May, and he was also a great director, but he said most scenes are fighting, seduction, or negotiation. And but scenes won't go anywhere if you're not changed by the other person. So you have to let the other person change you. And even if you rehearse in a certain way, if you rehearse scripted material in a certain way, your partner might give you things that you didn't rehearse for. So you have to be able to be changed by that. And improv helps you with being changed. Yeah. Let's play It's Tuesday. Have you ever
Okay,
played?
I don't think I've played this one before.
Yeah. So It's Tuesday is a game where you say a statement to me,
Okay.
and I just repeat it, but I repeat it with emotion, and then I give a statement to you. So it could be so simple as I just say, It's Tuesday. And you might say, It's Tuesday in an angry way. Or you might say, It's Tuesday in a sad way. Or you might say it in a happy way. But the idea is, I give you something. It could just be like a bland offer, a bland thing, a line that I give you. Just like when an actor goes into a room and their reader is giving them something bland,
Mm-hmm.
you want to rehearse from your character's point of view how you're going to react and with emotion, but you also, or maybe they give you something with emotion, you want to react to that. It's just about emotion. This game is just acknowledging my offer and reacting to it with an emotion.
Okay.
Yep. So let's start out with just like general sentences.
Okay.
The sky is gray.
Oh, the sky is gray.
Good. That's great. And now you can give me something.
I really can't do that today.
I really can't do that today. You know, it might be something like that. I love your eyes.
I love your eyes.
Good. Now let's flip the pronoun. So if I say I love your eyes, you say you love my eyes. So let me give it that to you.
Okay.
I love your nose.
You love my nose?
Good.
Okay. Guess what I found?
Guess what you found?
I like that. That's a really, really great example. That's a really great example. I like that because it's like matching. It's like you could either counter their energy or match their energy, or you could match it and go deeper. And depending on what you're dealing with, that could like, I like that exercise. Oh, I like this
Yeah.
exercise. Wow. Okay.
And like you can amp this exercise up and do different things with it. I like when it starts to get into almost like a Meisner-esque drill of you, I, we, and you're playing off each other and you're using like each other's impulse. But if you're creating a scene from nothing, if you're creating a story from nothing, if you add emotion to something, to just saying what they said, but with an emotion, that yes and. Because to the audience, they say, oh, he just repeated what she said, and he did not like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Me adding my emotional reaction and my starting to develop my point of view. in the scene, you
Mm.
know, and that is also a way of saying yes and without me forcing an idea or forcing more dialogue onto it.
Mm.
Behave with my body and with my voice and with emotion. And all of a sudden we're watching people living and behaving with each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't all be idea, like thing. What if you have too much shit happening, pardon my language, if you have too much like offers or
Yeah.
going back and forth, the audience gets confused. It's too much stuff, you know, it can be like offer soup or like too much is happening.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree. I like that. I love that. Well, great.